Hi, this is Violet calling from Catering. I'm just returning your call. I heard that you have an order you'd like to place. Great, yeah, I'm doing well. How are you today? Good, I'm glad to hear it. So I understand that you need a little bit of guidance through the different meal plans that we offer. Okay, great. Before we get started, is now a good time for you? Okay. Okay, excellent. Well, if you have to go for any reason, just let me know. We can always pause the order and you can call back when it's a better time for you. Okay, great. So, how many guests are going to be attending your event? About 150? Okay. And are there any dietary restrictions that you're looking to adhere to or cater to? Okay, so you just like for there to be options for those who don't eat meat. Okay, perfect. And what is the overall mood of your event? Is it more casual, more upscale? Something upscale? Okay. And finally, what meal are we looking for? Are we doing a breakfast, a brunch, a lunch, or a dinner? Dinner, okay. Great. Okay, so first we will look at hors d'oeuvres. We have warm and cold options. We have some dips and some charcuterie boards. Okay, so beginning with the warm hors d'oeuvres, we offer beef tenderloin sliders, cheeseburger sliders, and barbecue pork sliders. I am going to tell you the full menu, but since you did say that this is a more upscale event, I'm not sure that sliders are exactly right. They may not fit the mood, so you want to skip on those? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can just skip anything that seems similar to that, not quite fitting the mood. Okay, I'll just give you the classy options. Alright, so let's see, that brings us to meatballs. These are delicious. They have just a semi-sweet glaze on them, and each one can have a very fancy, not a toothpick. We have these, they're actually a metal, and oh yeah, they're beautiful. The end of them is very ornate looking. Okay, and then we have coconut shrimp. Okay, we have mini crab cakes. Yeah, I think those will be appropriate just because they are small enough that you don't have to hold them for a while. You can just have them on a little plate and pop them in your mouth. So, okay, good, excellent. We also have for your vegetarian, and actually this is even a vegan option, we have a buffalo cauliflower bites. They're similar to a buffalo chicken, but they have a Thai, somewhat spicy sauce on them. They're very, very good. Okay, alright, perfect. Okay, so moving on to the cold options. We have an antipasto salad, so a cold noodle salad. Yeah, and we can have those already sort of in, we have these little glass cups, essentially. Okay, So they'll be pre-portioned and you won't have to have people scooping them out of a larger container. Okay, good. Good. I know you said that we're going to do the coconut shrimp. Did you also want to do shrimp cocktail? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that gives some good variety because the coconut shrimp has that, breading on it, and the shrimp cocktail does not. So, okay, excellent. And then we have a little grilled vegetable sort of spread. It comes, again, prepared already on a small plate. Okay, great. Yeah, that will be excellent for vegetarian and vegan options as well. So next we have our dips. All of our dips come with different types of bread, which are cut into cubes. So there'll be a white bread, a honey wheat bread, pumpernickel, and there's also some pita and some crunchier, almost a chip, but not quite. So what we tend to do is have a basket and lay it on its side and have the bread sort of flowing out onto the banquet area. So people can use some tongs and choose whichever type they'd like. It gives the impression of a bounty, and it looks very, very nice. Okay, so the options for the actual dip are grilled French onion, spinach artichoke, pimento cheese, baked feta, or bruschetta. Yeah, you can do as many as you'd like. Yes, we will keep the amount of bread proportionate to your guest count rather than just doubling what we would have put out for one dip. Sound good? Okay. So you said you want to do the spinach and artichoke and the bruschetta? Okay, great. Okay. Just gonna add some of this into the system. And with the earlier selected shrimp and crab cakes, did you want us to offer a variety of sauces? Yes, so we do have your traditional sauces that you'd expect. We have tartar sauce and cocktail sauce. But we also have some other options. We have creamier options that are a little I guess I would say a little more savory. Okay, alright. Yeah, it wouldn't be any extra charge, so we can just put out everything that we have. Give some variety. Okay. Alright, and the meatballs we had, and the grilled vegetables, and the pasta salad. And spinach and artichoke dip and bruschetta. And I'll just leave a little note to inform them that there are 2 dip options. So the last option that we have for hors d'oeuvres is the Charcuterie Boards. They come with 3 different types of meat, 3 different types of cheese, fruit, some very nice buttery crackers, and if you'd like you can add nuts as well, but I know sometimes with allergies that's not. Okay. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So just do maybe 1 of those. Okay. So overall, let me know if any of this is wrong or if I forgot something. We have the coconut shrimp, the cocktail shrimp, the vegan bang cauliflower, the crab cakes, the meatballs, the grilled vegetables, which are cold, served cold, not meant to be hot, even though they are grilled, the antipasto salad, and then 1 charcuterie board, 1 spinach and artichoke dip, and 1 bruschetta dip. Okay, perfect. So that covers the hors d'oeuvres. Did you have any other questions or? Yeah, I think this will be plenty for 150 people, and I think it's a very generous offering in terms of diversity and making sure that everyone has something that they can sort of hold on to, or right, you don't want just a few guests sitting there without anything to eat. So I think this is really good. Okay. So next we're going to look at our entrees. I often ask clients to keep the hors d'oeuvres in mind when they're selecting entrees, just because we do want compliments. We don't want a meal that's too heavy or too sweet or too tart, right? So I would say that most of the hors d'oeuvres that you selected are rather light. The salad, the pasta salad, is maybe the only thing, and some of the cheeses that can be a little on the heavier side. And for some people, the meatballs perhaps. But the rest is quite light, so I think you have a lot of options here. So I'm going to first tell you all of the cuts of meat that we offer, and then you can let me know which you're interested in, and I can let you know from there what the specifics of each plate are. Okay, so we offer beef fillet, we offer center cut loin pork chop, we offer chicken breast, of course. We also offer beef tenderloin tips, a French New Zealand rack of lamb, boneless duck breast, salmon, and tuna. Okay. Yes, the meatballs are beef. So you want to skip that? Okay. So that leaves us with the chicken, the pork chop, some fish, the rack of lamb, and the breast of duck. Okay, absolutely. So for the pork chop, one of the offerings that we have is to sear the pork chop with a maple and horseradish glaze. So it's exactly, it's very kind of homey. It has a warm feeling, a little sweet. The horseradish kind of balances that out though and gives it a little zinginess as well. And the other pork chop option that we have is a sweet bourbon, cider, and thyme marinade. The maple and horseradish, of course. Okay. Alright, next would be the chicken breast. We have 3 selections for this. The first is topped with artichoke sauce, capers, tomatoes, scallions, Kalamata olives, lemon, and white wine. The second is covered with button mushrooms, fresh rosemary, red bell pepper, roasted garlic wine sauce, and shaved Parmesan. And the third is topped with a shiitake mushroom, leek sage, and a sherry laced sauce. Yes, so that first one did have an artichoke sauce, and since you are doing the artichoke dip, I agree. Okay, so that leaves our 2 mushroom options. We have the button mushrooms and the shiitake mushroom. Yes, those red bell peppers are roasted ahead of time, right? Okay. Understand that, so we'll stay away from the cheese and we'll do the leek sage and the sherry laced sauce. Okay. Perfect. Next would be the French New Zealand rack of lamb. It's seasoned with lemon and fresh herb. It's pan seared and then slow roasted. And it's served with the juices of the reduction from when they're cooking it. Okay. Yeah, we have the boneless breast of duck that comes with a currant, cracked blended pepper, and a whiskey and rosemary glaze. Then we have a center cut salmon fillet, which is roasted and topped with a Creole mustard, green peppercorn, and a brandy laced cream sauce. And finally, a sweet and spicy seared tuna, topped with bok choy, snow peas, and ginger laced slaw. Okay, you want to do the salmon? That sounds really good. Okay. Excellent. So we can discuss now the vegetarian options. Okay. So we have a number of selections. We offer pan-fried polenta cakes that come with sauteed leeks and shiitake mushrooms, topped with shaved Parmesan cheese. We have a Creole stuffed baby eggplant. We have cabbage stuffed with cracked wheat, dried apricots, pine nuts, roasted butternut squash and gorgonzola cheese, and it's topped with a light blue cheese sauce. And finally we have the pankow crumb roasted red pepper, which is stuffed with goat cheese, spinach, and artichoke hearts. Okay, so the last one is out, the spinach and artichoke again. How did you feel about the stuffed cabbage? A little too busy. That's fair. Also, I know that historically we've noticed that people either really like or really dislike the blue cheese in general, so it might be best to offer an option that doesn't have such a polarizing ingredient. Right, exactly. So that leaves us with the pan-fried polenta cakes and the Creole stuffed baby eggplant. Of course. So it was the cakes with sautéed leeks and shiitake mushrooms, topped with shaved Parmesan cheese. Okay. Are you going to ask someone? Sure, yeah, take your time. Yep, I'm still here. You want to do the eggplant? Okay. That's a great choice. Okay. Awesome. Now, did you want to have a soup course or salad course, or you can do at the same time a soup and salad? Okay, yeah. We'll go over the options, and if you decide you don't want to do it, we can just skip it. Okay. So the soups that we're currently offering include a roasted tomato and eggplant soup, a light and creamy roasted butternut squash, a black bean soup, a creamy potato leek chowder, a creamy roasted corn chowder, a sweet potato bisque, and the sherried mushroom soup with barley. I think if I were to choose, I would probably go with the roasted butternut squash for at least one of the options, because it is such a nice fall transition soup and it tastes very delicious. And I think maybe I would offer something a bit more, or let's say less exotic for people's palates. Some people might see butternut squash and not be completely sure what that's going to taste like, so it might be best to go with a black bean soup or the creamy roasted corn chowder, since those are right, they'll probably be able to better visualize what that would taste like. Okay, you want to do the corn chowder? Okay, so we'll do the corn chowder and the roasted butternut squash. Okay. And for the salads, so all of these are pre-made, not any earlier than your event, but the purpose in me saying that is that the dressings are mixed in with the actual salad, so it's not possible to switch them. Okay. So we have 6 different salad options. They provide a good range, so I'll be interested to see what you think. The first is a spring green salad, and there are blood red orange segments, toasted almonds, and goat cheese, and the dressing is an orange ginger vinaigrette. Yep, so kind of like mandarin orange salad, right? The next is a spring green salad as well. This one is with roasted pears, candied pecans, shaved red onion, and Danish blue cheese with an herb vinaigrette. Okay. Then we have a Greek village salad of tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, and red onion, and these are tossed in a Greek dressing, and then it's topped with feta cheese, Kalamata olives, and pepperoncini. Okay, the next is a roasted beets, goat cheese, shaved red onion, and pine nuts salad that comes with a balsamic thyme vinaigrette. Then we have a sweet and spicy marinated black-eyed peas salad served on a bed of baby greens, and it includes sweet and sour cucumbers and comes with a chili lime vinaigrette and cornbread croutons. And finally we have the mixed greens salad with fresh mozzarella, heirloom tomatoes, basil, and shaved red onion, finished with a champagne basil vinaigrette. Okay, so you definitely want the black-eyed peas salad. Okay. That is with the chili lime vinaigrette. Okay, and you wanted to pick one other? Sure. Yes, that was a spring greens salad with roasted pears, candied pecans, shaved red onion, and Danish blue cheese, and it's topped with an herb vinaigrette. Definitely, if you want to exclude an ingredient, in this case the blue cheese, you can do so, and we will just prepare it without. You can substitute as well, yes. Okay. So you just want a mild cheese instead of the blue cheese. Okay. That's not a problem. Alright, so finally we are on to the dessert menu. No, go ahead. Yeah, so the hors d'oeuvres will be ready essentially as guests are arriving and starting to converse. I apologize. apologize. Yes, so I was just saying that the hors d'oeuvres will be available as guests are arriving. They'll be put out fresh at the time that you so choose, whether it's 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Okay, and those will be available until we sit down for the soup and salad first course. Yes, so we'll essentially remove the clutter from the previous offering, the hors d'oeuvres, and as you all sit down for your function, we will immediately bring out the soup and salad. And once everyone looks about done, we usually give roughly 15 to 30 minutes depending on the event. So if you have a speaker and you want to time it with the end of their speech, or if you have no real structure to it, we'll probably recommend closer to 15 or 20 minutes. That usually seems to be enough for most people. And at that point in time, our servers will have been removing the soup and salad bowls as people finish. And the table should be quite clean and ready for the next course at that point. Right, so then we will bring out the entree options, and we typically give an hour and a half. Again, depends on what your event is like. Okay, and once that is through, we tend to wait a good 15 minutes before bringing out the dessert options, as it gives the guests some time to let that food settle. Right, build up another little appetite for dessert. Okay, so the dessert options. We have quite a number of choices here. We have Belgian chocolate truffles. We have chocolate brownie bourbon bites. We have Belgian chocolate dipped strawberries. Mini peanut butter brownies. We have a chocolate cake, and we have a sour cream pound cake. We also have your classic vanilla cheesecake, and then a mocha java cheesecake as well. And we have a chocolate peanut butter pie, and then a carrot cake. Yes, so we do also offer a mini platter, and what will happen for that is the guests will get one of the Belgian chocolate truffles, one of the brownie bourbon bites, and two of the chocolate dipped strawberries, like a little sampler. The rest of them are large in size, so if you do go for a cake or a cheesecake, pie, and even the peanut butter brownies, we tend to do those larger if you do go for the plate. Yeah, I'm sure we could do that. It'll likely cost something different than what you might see or may have been anticipating, just because usually we only give 3 options on the mini plate, but we can have all 4 if you'd like. Right, because there's already the chocolate brownie bourbon bites, so typically we leave out the peanut butter one, since many people have peanut allergies or might not like peanut butter. It seems to be a safer bet to go with the full chocolate ones, but that's up to you. Okay, sounds good. And what about the cakes? Yeah, I think that's actually perfect. We'll do all of these sort of classics. The vanilla cheesecake, and the carrot cake as well. And we do offer a vegan option of the carrot cake. It's just a different recipe. So we can have that on offer if you'd like as well. Okay. All right, perfect. The only other thing would be beverages. I know that you are having an open bar, so a lot of that is going to be taken care of. But we do offer coffee services towards dessert. We have espresso. We have really, really nice, freshly ground beans for our coffee. We have a few different flavors. Yes, we can offer tea as well. We do have a limited selection of flavors. Okay. Yeah, you can always get back to me and let me know. That's easier to add on to the menu than the actual food portion, so you can ask around or take some time to think about it and let me know. Okay? So I'd just like to go over your entire order again one more time to make sure that you're happy with how it sounds, that I got everything correct, and that you understand the order of events. Okay? So you have an upscale dinner for 150 people, and we're offering as many dietary options as we can. For the hors d'oeuvres, we have coconut shrimp and cocktail shrimp, the vegan bang cauliflower, crab cakes, meatballs, grilled vegetables, the antipasto salad, spinach and artichoke dip, and bruschetta dip, and one charcuterie board. Okay. For the soup and salad, excuse me, course, we have a corn chowder or a roasted butternut squash soup. And for the salad, we have a black-eyed pea salad with chili lime vinaigrette, and a spring green salad with roasted pears, and the cheese will be substituted from blue cheese to a mild cheese. Okay. For the main course, we have a maple and horseradish pork chop, a leek sage and sherry-laced sauce shiitake chicken. We have a salmon with a brandy-laced cream sauce, and an eggplant, a Creole stuffed eggplant. And finally, for dessert, we have the mini 3 sampler, which will come with truffles, brownie bites, and chocolate strawberries. And we also have the vanilla cheesecake and the carrot cake. Does that sound correct? Perfect. Anything that you'd like to change? Any questions that you have? Okay? If anything comes up, of course, you can let me know. What is the date of your event? And what time do you know, sort of when it's going to start, when it might end? Okay, so kind of a 5 o'clock-ish start. Okay, perfect. So we'll just put 11 and see what happens. Okay. And for the full service, we tend to have a staff of servers, about 15 servers for 150 people, just to give the best and quickest care possible. Okay. Great. And we will be in touch with the venue to sort out the use of kitchen and making sure that we're comfortable with the space. Okay. Did you have any other questions for me? Okay, great. Well, I look forward to meeting you and to offering you these options for your event. I hope that everything goes as planned and that you enjoy yourself. Okay, great. Don't forget you can call me about the coffee option. Okay, perfect. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.